Hello vlog. I decided to turn on my camera this week for another weekly reading vlog because I am reading It by Stephen King, and tell me why I'm having a great time reading it. I was not going to make a video of me reading this book, but now I feel like I have to because I have read a Stephen King book before and it was like his most recent book, and it was just like, it just wasn't good. It wasn't for me at all. I didn't like it. But now that I'm reading it and I'm like 200 pages in of like 1,000 and some pages, it's good. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, Stephen King can surely write a book. Anyways, I am reading it, and I'm also reading Requiem for a Dream because I heard it was sad and I kind of want to read a sad book for some reason. 40% in with Requiem for a Dream, like 10% in It. Hello vlog. So I want to give you an update on Requiem for a Dream. I read a lot during the weekend and I'm on page 202, so I have about 70 some pages left. I just want to give you a quick update. The book is about 4 people: Harry, his best friend Tyrone, his girlfriend Marion, and his mom Sam, and basically it's their journey getting addicted to drugs. Now Harry, Marion, and Tyrone get addicted to him, and his mom gets addicted to prescription pills that she was prescribed to as a diet pill from her doctor. The details of them going through withdrawal has been some of the most horrifying things that I've ever read. It was them first using the drug recreationally. It almost seemed like they weren't. It did seem that they had some kind of problem, but it wasn't severe. You know, like if they had it around, they would use, but they could still function, right? They would still go to work the next day, kind of thing. Like they were still functional. They find this like a bunch of heroin, and they try to sell it. Once they have it in the house, like they're using more often. And then once they are like, okay, let's like save the rest, you know, to sell, and they ended up like being sober. They end up being sober for like a day, and they have very minimal, there's some side effects, but it's pretty minimal. Like it's livable. But then we're just like, I don't know why we're pretending like the world is ending. Like there's always gonna, like you can use a little bit, like, you know, and it'll still be fine. Like the world's not ending. So they were sober for like all day, and then by nighttime they ended up using again, and that was like their justification, being like, oh, see, like we're okay, we made it through a day without using. And they were just like in denial for so long, but it's because they were functional. Like they saw the people on the street who were using that were not functional at all. Like that was their whole life. And so they were like, well, that's not me because I'm functioning and I'm making money and I'm doing just fine. Because they didn't look like the people that they saw on the street, they thought that they were okay. And then eventually they didn't have the drug one night, and they go through the most severe, horrific withdrawal. The details in this book is so graphic. It's very disturbing to read. And the next day they knew like they fucked up, like they messed up. And they knew that it was a problem, but the thing is they just used again, and all of that anxiety, all of that realization just disappeared, and then just completely goes downhill, even worse from there, and they become the people on the street that they literally said they would never become. I'm not done yet. I still have a few pages to go. I'm not gonna tell you the ending. You'll have to figure that out on your own, is kind of the gist of this book so far. To a cafe to get some work done and to hang out, and maybe I'll do some reading while I'm there.
PA, but all secondary transit and tertiary system. There's lots of money for other words back then. The fellow boss of those projects got killed in World War II, but 5 years later, the Watermark found out that system blueprints were mostly not. About 9 pounds of blueprints disappeared.
Hello vlog, want to do a quick update. It is Wednesday and I finished It by Stephen King, and something happens at the very end of the book, and I feel like if you read it or if you've heard about it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I feel like that turned me off from the book so much that it just brought down my rating kind of drastically. I just feel like there's other ways to get that connection back. I did not mean to read those kids doing that. So yeah, it just kind of turned me off from the book, honestly, and it did kind of lower my rating. For now, because I finished Requiem for a Dream and Stephen King, which I am now reading Taming Seraphine. I wanted a book that wasn't that serious. I wanted a book that I could just read and not think too hard about, since I just finished Requiem for a Dream, and that was quite the intense book. So yeah, I am on page 125. This book is about Seraphine, who is a trained assassin because she got kidnapped by her dad and got abused by her brothers. And they kidnapped her and basically had her learn how to kill men. And that's what she was doing for a good 5 years. And then this guy named Leroy finds her after killing her dad and her twin brothers, finds her in the basement, like locked up, into his home and like takes care of her. But he didn't realize that she was a trained assassin and could literally like kill anybody she wants to. He's trying to teach her how to learn self-control and not kill like every person that bothers her or bugs her. So yeah, that is what this book is about. Dottie and I are going to Applebee's to kind of like work and hang out for a little bit. Did I say it's Wednesday? It's actually Thursday. Wow. Started reading This Is Where We Talk Things Out. Her daughter, who haven't been in each other's lives for a few years because the daughter had decided to no longer have her mom in her life, but her mom like kept persistently like showing up at her job, kept calling her, texting her, like trying to get through to her to like get their relationship another chance. And so they go on to the getaway weekend where they go to a cabin together, and some weird stuff starts going on, and her mom is like acting very strange. Finished the book on my Kindle. It was only 92 pages, so it was a quick read, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty crazy. That mom is a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And so, yeah, it's on Kindle Unlimited if you want to go check it out. Well, vlog, we did it. We made it through another weekly reading vlog. Ream for a Dream. I gave 5 stars. It is a book that will stick to me probably forever. It is just something that I think I've learned a lot from, and something that was so horrific that will probably just be ingrained in my brain for a long time. This book I read was It on my Kindle. I gave that book 3.75 stars. I think I would have originally gave it probably like 4 or higher if the ending wasn't what it was. He had those children do, and like how in detail it was. I really wish I never read something like that. You know what? I read it. It was almost 1,200 pages long, so I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that in a week. The next book I read on my Kindle was This Is Where We Talk Things Out by Caitlin Marceau, and I had a great time reading that one. I think it was a quick book. It was like a thriller horror type book, and I read it all in one sitting. It was enough to keep me intrigued the entire time, so it was really fun to read. 3 stars, so really enjoyed that. A book that I didn't finish but came pretty close was Taming Seraphine by Gigi Sticks. I'm still reading this one, but I'm really having a good time with it anyway. On page 503 right now, and there's 640 pages, so I'm almost done. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. That concludes this week's reading vlog, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your week, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!